We are back. You're taking a look right there at one of the fine campus buildings. That's Woodburn Hall here on the campus of West Virginia University. The Mountaineers moving it down the field for that field goal, a 33-yarder by Bittenkurt. 38-yarder, rather, by Bittenkurt. 7 plays, 39 yards in just over 5 minutes. Brown was 3 for 3 as the quarterback. Josh Leiter, who came from Western Washington when they stopped playing football, he came here to finish up his college career. Brown and Allen are deep. Mike Brown, you talked about him, of course, Renee. Aldrecus Allen is the other deep man. And Leiter with a kick. They're looking for more height. Give their coverage teams a better chance to get down there. They gave up an average of 28 yards per kick return, and this one is not going to be any better. Finally run down across the 50 in Mountaineer territory. So an excellent return. Anthony Wood finally had to make the catch, but it was a good job on the kickoff return team. A 45-yard return, and that is not what Bill Stewart wanted to see, Renee.
And they shrunk the field. Special teams will make it a lot easier for quarterback Tommy Beecher and the Flames to get themselves in an ideal situation in their opening series right here. And that, as you said, that's not something that's been really a problem for the Mountaineers in the past.
And Brown goes out to the right. There's Tommy Beecher, who was the starting quarterback on the opening day of the season at South Carolina. Straight ahead handoff, weaving down near the 45-yard line. Not too much there. Hayes with the ball. BJ number 25, redshirt sophomore. There he is. BJ Hayes is 5'9", 190.
But John, he's got 4.4 speed, so that's something that you may have to be cognizant of as the game goes on. They may want to get him on the edge, get him out in the open, and isolate him on someone.
From the gun, Beecher looks left, throws left, and it's incomplete. Off the hands, the fingertips that time of the intended receiver. That's Brown. Freddie Brown is number 1. So it'll be third down and long yardage. We talked about the quarterback there, Tommy Beecher. Mentioned he was the starter at South Carolina, had a terrible first game. Steve Spurrier put him on the bench. He wound up the rest of the season charting plays, running the opponent's offense, and didn't get a chance to play. So he decided he wanted to play, and he looked at Liberty because he's majoring in theological seminary. So he's got 1 year of eligibility left, looks right, now keeps it. He's going to have a first down and more, sliding at the 30. You know, Renee, this was one of the problems for West Virginia. Early last year, their defense gave up a lot of yards. They didn't give up many points, but they did give up some yardage early on in the season.
Well, that's one thing when you're running at 3-3-5, John, is it causes you some problems against the run. You're basically in a nickel situation to start the game. It helps the defense. Offense.
Red ball. Personal foul. On the defense.
Well, they got personal foul. Tomczyk, the referee. And that's going to push the ball even deeper into West Virginia territory.
Beecher doesn't see anything there, so he tucks it in, goes, and finds a big gap. And coming from the outside, just putting a hat on him, you can see that was probably a good call. And Robert Sands, the sophomore out of Opelika, Florida.
Well, the penalty went on Sands, number 2. Here's a sweep left side, and it's read perfectly. The flag flies in. You'd have to think that a holding call might be coming up against the Flame. Good and Leisure, a couple of the linebackers make the tackle.
Holding, 46 offense, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So the holding call goes against the Flames. That'll set them back.
Something that Tommy Beecher brings to this party, though, John, is he's got that SEC experience and maturity. He's been around. He's been with Steve Spurrier. You know, there won't be a lot of things that will confuse him that he hasn't seen already. He's got a Concord, North Carolina. Graduated in a degree in math already, so he's very intelligent.
Still in the opening quarter of play, and a pretty good push by the left side of that Liberty Flame offensive line as they force the ball down to the 20, still short of the original line of scrimmage. No flag that time. You saw number 47, Reed Williams, the last to get up. Guy that was the MVP in the Tostitas Festival and that big victory over Oklahoma, then ran into shoulder problems last year, and he was going to go ahead and graduate at the end of last year, but finally decided to come back and take that 5th year. And the Mountaineers need him. Long yardage. Rolling right is Beecher. He slides down inside the 15 at about the 12-yard line. Beecher with positive yardage. The tackle was made by number 47, Reed Williams.
West Virginia brought pressure from the outside. You see J.T. Thomas right there trying to get a hand on him. Beecher just tucks it and goes. His receivers are covered, and he's going to make you cover him until they get pressure on him. And right now, he's been killing West Virginia with his feet.
Well, Liberty now will attempt to tie the game with a field goal. No, they're not. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Beecher's carried the ball twice so far for 23 yards. And that one got messed up before it began. 8:54 to play in the opening quarter. Probably a procedure call coming up against the Flames.
False start. 76 offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
The left tackle, Justin Vargas, out of Jacksonville, Florida. Redshirt junior, and I'm amazed as we look up and down the roster. Danny Rocco's in his 4th year here. He's 24-10, Renee, but he has a ton of redshirts on this team.
He's had 24 transfers in the last 3 years from the FBS schools.
Shotgun, dumps it short, and the Mountaineers are all over that one. It was Freddie Brown who made the catch. The tackle made by Ian Smith from Miramar, Florida. And we'll be calling that city quite a bit on both sides of the ball.
Beecher expecting pressure, which he got. He threw a little inside screen, which he thought would catch him off guard. But Ian Smith, a sophomore, as you said, and really stepped up, did a great job. And well, he's really done a good.
Will attempt the field goal from the 22. It'll be a 32-yard field goal. Mike Brown, the holder. It is up. It's long enough, and we're tied. So a good job by Liberty, thanks to some help, but good rushing on that drive by the quarterback, Tommy Beecher. They take it down and get the equalizing field goal, and this is exactly what head coach Danny Rocco wanted to see. He wants them to be close at the end of the game.
Yeah, they're not intimidated, obviously, and if again, Liberty is going to win this game, they have to stay close until the very last minute.
We will take a break with exactly 8 minutes remaining in the opening quarter of play. It's a 3-3 ball game. Each team has a field goal. The West Virginia field goal was 38. That field goal was 32 yards off the leg of Matt Bevins. So an exchange of 3-pointers so far as each team is able to move the football on their opening possession, but not to the extent, I think, Renee, that they had hoped.
You know, Liberty is getting a $365,000 payday to play West Virginia here, and they play these money games next year. It's North Carolina State, then in 2011 it's Wake Forest, then Virginia in 2013, and Virginia Tech. But it would be great to get that big paycheck and come away with the win, and right now, Liberty is giving West Virginia all they can handle.
Rogers is deep along with the freshman Tavon Austin. And Austin bobbles it at about the 10-yard line, picks it up. He's at the 20, the 25, and snowed under before he can reach the 25-yard line. So pretty good coverage. Terry Adams defensively on that special teams. It'll be at the 24, 1st down 10, second possession for the Mountaineers.
And we talked in the first series that they may throw the ball more. You know, you may want to keep an eye on Tyler Urban and number 4, Wes Lyons is a guy that he's got some height, 6'8". I think he'll cause some mismatches. Those are 2 guys you may keep an eye on in this next series or 2.
Well, certainly Tyler Urban, the tight end, hoping that they'll be more a part of the offense. When Rodriguez was here, primarily the tight end was a blocker, and that's about it. A stutter step on the inside handoff, and then Devine gets outside, gets some room, down the sidelines, out of bounds. They will spot him at the 42-yard line. Well, that's that speed, and you can't teach that by Noel Devine. There wasn't anything there up the middle. He bounced it outside.
Good block on the edge right there as well. Allowed him to scoot up the side. And that was a good block by Jock Sanders again. And boy, I tell you, you got to have confidence in your speed when you can go east-west and scoot up for a nice pickup like he did.
All very close to the 43. Gain of 19 yards on the rushing play by the leading rusher in the Big East who's returning this year. They've got that outside screen set up, but there's not much there for Jock Sanders. Ansel Bolt on the tackle, one of the linebackers for Liberty.
You see Jock Sanders get 11, 12 touches per game. He did a good job last year. Led the team with 53 grabs, 462 yards, and 7 scores.
Brown has not missed a pass so far this afternoon. This is his third start. There's Devine. He'll be tackled short of the first down. Excuse me, that was Austin. Tavon Austin, the ball carrier, not Noel Devine. They have very high hopes for this freshman from Baltimore, Maryland.
They say he has that wow factor. He's a little quicker. Perhaps if you can believe that, then Jock Sanders or Noel Devine. He's a sub-4.5 guy. They have speed galore in that backfield.
Now, this has been their problem, the short yardage situations. They need to convert these. They did not do a good job of it last year on their way to a 9-4 season. Out of the gun. That will be very close to a first down. Devine dives across. Torrance there defensively, but Noel Devine, who has become very much more a well-spoken player. When he was first at West Virginia, if you got one word out of him, you were lucky. But that's changed. It is a first down.
He's become more of a leader, John, and you're right. He couldn't, he didn't want to step up and be a leader as much as he is now, and he's absorbed and taken that role on.
Empty backfield, pump fake, they look down, catch is made at the 30, still on his feet. That is the big man, Wes Lyons, 6'8", from North Braddock, Pennsylvania, and he is a big, big target. One huge advantage for West Virginia is they have a size advantage over those defensive backs for Liberty.
Now pump and go, and Wes Lyons grew 3 inches to 6'8". in the last couple of years, and you may even see him lined up as a tight end. He is very big, very strong, and well, I tell you what, when you're 6'8", 231, it's kind of tough to match up as a linebacker or a defensive back.
Stepped out of bounds at the 30, be first down 10 for the Mountaineers as they drive into Liberty territory. We have 5:14 to play here in the opening quarter. There's the inside handoff. Now, Noel Devine looking for some place to go, and one thing they want him to do this year, rather than go east-west, is put.
Jock Sanders curls up as a safety valve right underneath the coverage, and found a gap and picked up first down.
Yeah, because of his off-the-field problems, his head coach says he'll be on a short leash this year. Brown still has not missed a pass. He has 6 out of 6 so far this afternoon. He will go under center, something you almost never saw last year from the Mountaineers. They still run a lot of the spread. There's a bootleg by the quarterback. And Brown trying to get outside. He gets inside the 15, maybe to the 14-yard line. Tackle was made by Tim Torrance.
But it sounds like a broken record, but once again, Jock Sanders, maybe he's trying to get back in good graces. Watch this block, number 9 on the edge on the right side of your screen, right here. Okay, good block, allows him to scoot the outside and pick up necessary yardage.
And Hasty also made a good block on that play for the Mountaineers, who are driving. All down near the 15-yard line. Takes the handoff, does Brown. Little stop-and-go move. He's at the 10, the 5. And he'll get inside for a first and goal, down to about the 2-yard line. He took a pretty good hit. And of course, the one thing, you watched Pat White for all those years, Chad Brown had to come up and make the tackle on Jared Brown.
And he's looking. He's got to make his decision and go right here. He finally decides that faking isn't going to count anything, and he does put his head down. And good-sized guy, 6'4", 223.
First and goal from the 2. Mountaineers looking for their first touchdown of the new season. Tied at 3 here with 3:20 to play first quarter. Along with Renee Nadeau, I'm John Sanders, and we are delighted to have you with us. They'll go out of the eye, and let's see how they do in these situations. Clark is in there. They try to power it ahead, and they do. Ryan Clark, who's had ankle problems. The redshirt freshman, Ryan Clark, 6'0", 228, and he answers one of the problems that they had last year. That was short yardage offense.
And Kovacs is the lead back, the fullback. They go with this jumbo package, and Kovacs 6'2", 239, and Clark 6 feet, 228. So good-sized backs and short yardage. Just follow the lead and into the end zone.
Extra point attempt coming up. It is up and it is true. So Bittencourt gets the extra point, and the Mountaineers take a 10-3 lead. It's still early here in Morgantown. We are in the first quarter with 3:20 to play. Mountaineers march down the field to take a 10-3 lead over Liberty. And the Mountaineers have marched down to put 7 on the board. They went 76 yards in 10 plays, and they have combined yardage of 110 yards here in the first half. Liberty with 34. You know, this is not unusual for them to score on the ground. They have averaged since 2005 3 rushing touchdowns per game, but they're not as much of a rushing team as they have been in the past. Noel Devine so far with 39 yards on the ground, and Brown with 20. It'll be Mike Brown and Aldrakis Allen. They will be the deep men. There's Mike at a 45-yarder, and that's something that Bill Stewart is not going to be happy with. Josh Leiter handles the kickoff duties. They want more hang time on these kickoffs, and they'll wave that off.
Mike Brown is that X factor wherever he lines up, be it running back, wide receiver, or even under center. He might play a little wildcat as well.
Well, this is a transition year at quarterback, and they have made it clear that Tommy Beecher, who transferred from South Carolina and still had a year of eligibility left, even though he's already graduated, was just the interim to get things set for Mike Brown, who will run the show. That will bring a different look to that offense next year for Liberty, won't it?
Well, he really will. You know, he carries the ball very well. He had 3 carries for 54 yards against Glenville State, but he can throw. He can air it out, got a good arm and good pocket presence. You know, John, you talked a little while about some of the recruiting. There's 22 players on the West Virginia roster from Florida. 14 play significant roles. That's pretty high percentage in recruiting from that area.
Well, they have 115 players from 17 states, most from West Virginia and then Florida. We talked about it. It's a short kick at the 25, and there will not be a long return. The Mountaineers are down there to smother that play. So good coverage on the defense for West Virginia. Anthony Wood was right there for the Mountaineers, who lead at 10-3. Final 3 minutes of the opening quarter of play.
You know, Bettencourt is a kickoff guy. He might be an option. He has an average of 3.8 to 4.4 seconds per hang time. That's certainly something to give you an opportunity to get down the field.
But they're going with Leiter right now, the transfer from Western Washington, a school that canceled its football program. They'll go from the I formation. Beecher is the quarterback. Motion man is Brown. Beecher's going to toss it into the flat. And he's covered pretty well, but the cutback gets it outside the 30 to near the 32-yard line. That was Freddie Brown who made the catch. Chris Neal in the middle of that defensive line was there defensively.
A quick hitter off to Brown, and he just cuts it up the field and follows his instincts. Good converged by Julian Miller and company, but not before he picked up 5 yards, 6 yards. Nice pickup in first down.
Neal, the winner of the Iron Mountain Award for West Virginia. And they've got this one stuffed in the backfield at the 30-yard line, and we have a flag down. Nothing there at all. Miller was there defensively for the Mountaineers. Let's get the call from our referee.
Legal motion. 1 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
They'll take 5 back. and run it on second down with 2:13 to play. We're still in the opening quarter. Mountaineers have had the ball twice. They've scored on a field goal, and they scored a touchdown.
Good look at Danny Rocco right here. You know, something that the offensive line he's very proud of. They allowed .67 sacks per game, 4th ranking in FCS, and this is he's very proud of. So they have a very good offensive line, guards, tackles, very mature group, and give Tommy Beecher some ample time as they've shown this afternoon.
I'll tell you what, Beecher was able to pick up this offense in a short period of time. He was not there for spring practice. Came in for the summer camp, the preseason training, and jumped right into the fray.
And he figured he owed himself one more opportunity, and Liberty was just the perfect opportunity from John. And after playing for South Carolina, and you know, really SEC really prepared him for almost anything.
And the taxmaster there, and Steve Spurrier. Far side of the field, a one-handed catch, incomplete into Mountaineer territory. The pass went to Mike Brown. He's all over the place. And coverage there for West Virginia, just a little tardy in getting there. Let's take another look.
Doing his own coverage, and you see a nice throw over the top.
Great catch, too.
Safety just couldn't get there soon enough, and he's in single coverage with J.T. Thomas. So when you got a linebacker against, matched up against Mike Brown, it's certainly advantage Mike Brown.
33-yard gain for the Flames. Running out of the shotgun formation. 1st and 10 at the West Virginia 40. Inside handoff, nothing doing. Reed Williams, number 47, was there defensively. Also, you see Boogie Allen, number 20, getting up from the bottom of the pile. Allen is senior, also a Floridian. You mentioned the breakdown. 30 players from West Virginia. You mentioned 22 from Florida, 16 from Pennsylvania, and 12 from Ohio. Those are all pretty good football schools, aren't they?
Yeah, and you know, in this past season, Bill Stewart was proud of the fact that he had a top 25 recruiting class nationally.
First time ever. Empty backfield. Short pass caught at the 35 and going to come up about a yard short of the first down. And once again, defensively, Allen was there and Mike Brown made the catch. You talked about it right at the beginning, Renee. Mike Brown is all over this field.
Yeah, he's like a broken bottle of maple syrup. He's all over the place, John. You know, he'll get the ball in like a jet set on motion, and he'll go a sweep from there. You may see him in a wildcat formation as a running back. You've seen him at wide receiver. He's got a bushel full of catches already.
Well, it is 3rd down and short yardage as the quarter comes to an end. So we will switch ends here at Mountaineer Field in Milan Puskar Stadium. West Virginia's had the ball twice. They have scored twice. They have the lead as we head to the second quarter. It's 10-3 Mountaineers.
Different states.
And as you can see, there are still a few Pat White jerseys bouncing around this stadium with number 5 on them. 10-3 is our score. We move to the second. NATO. I'm John Sanders and our entire Big East crew here in Morgantown. The Flames come out and they're ready to go.
You know, one guy we haven't seen much of thus far is number 11, Freddie Brown, a transfer from South Carolina. Came with Tommy Beecher. You expect him to, he's a big target, 6'3".
Bishop and Allen are the running backs. And that is Allen, who will push inside the 30 down to about the 29-yard line before he is stopped and stacked up. Boogie Allen, number 20 there defensively for the Mountaineers. And we mentioned last year this was a Mountaineer defense that gave up a lot of yards in the victory over Villanova and then ran into East Carolina and got whipped pretty good.
Yeah, it's you know, they want to set the tone early, and they really put this game away early, and they have East Carolina next week, and hopefully it'll be different results.
Well, it'll be payback time here at Mountaineer Field. Under center this time is Streeter. Not much there. Look at the strength of his legs as he stays erect, pushing to about the 26-yard line. Lazier was there. J.T. Thomas was there as well. Pat Lazier from Bethesda, Maryland, the junior.
You know, Allen is 6 feet 225. He gained 15 pounds. And when you take on this many blue jerseys and will not go down, he's very, very powerful. Got good balance below the waist.
He's a true freshman from Georgia, Aldricus Allen. Second down and 8. Not sure who it was intended for. Looks like it might have been intended for Brown. And Brown, no chance there. There was coverage by Hogan. It'll be third down and long yardage. Liberty 2 out of 3 on converting third down plays, and you can see the quarterback right there, Tommy Beecher, checking his playlist.
And you can bet if he played for Steve Spurrier, he's well schooled on quarterback play, and he knows his check downs and knows where to go for second options.
Out of the gun, sets, waits, looks, pass is complete. It's going to be short of a first down. Mike Brown made the catch, and Williams was there. You see why Reed Williams is so valuable to this team and why they were so happy that he decided not to finish his college career after the first semester and come back for one more year.
You know, he's a former son. He threw bales of hay growing up, and now he's throwing running backs around. And I'm quoting, he said, "I love knocking the crap out of people." He just really loves that contact, doesn't he?
Well, he can do it. Now the fans get into it on 4th and 2. Last year they were 4 of 10. That's going to be complete for a first down, and Maury tight ropes toward the end zone and gets in. So Mike Brown tight ropes it down the sideline, gets into the end zone for the touchdown, and right back come the Flames. They were not intimidated by that big drive by the Mountaineers.
And Liberty ran some wide receivers deep and left Mike Brown unattended, basically, and he had an easy trip to the end zone after catching an out pattern and pranced in from 20 yards out.
Bevins for the tie. It's up and it is good. And this is exactly what their head coach, Danny Rocco, wanted to see. He wanted to see his Flames stay close, hopefully win it in the end. But they've come back early in the second quarter to tie it. It's a 10-10 game here in northern West Virginia. Well, you look at the offense so far for Liberty. They've got 113 total yards, and 75 of them belong to number 10, Mike Brown. And every time West Virginia has scored, the Flames have come right back. And the kickoff is going to be short, picked up at the 23-yard line. What a hit at the 35. He really put a pop on him. We're going to take a break from Morgantown. We still have 12:48 left in the opening half. Got a good one going this afternoon. It's 10-10. Scores. Liberty comes right back to score. We have not had a punt so far in this game. Over 17 minutes of the first half have been played. Out of the shotgun. Brown on a quarterback keeper. Looks right. Now has to come back to the left side. And he'll get out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. He's going to pick up about 5 on the play. Nice block leading the way by Don Barkley, the left tackle.
You see, Liberty went to a 3-man front with a nickel package, expecting West Virginia to throw the ball this time, and Jared Brown kind of mixes him up with his feet a little bit and gains some positive yards. 5 yards on that carry, 7 and 5.
Working again out of the shotgun, 2 wide receivers right, 1 split left. Brown, pump fake. Goes far side, got a man open, and the catch is made. Inside the 30-yard line. That's Jock Sanders out of the slot. Sanders made the catch and a very good pickup. Brown, I don't think, has missed a pass here in the first half, has he?
He has not. And Jared Brown is great confidence. Steps into his throws right here. You can see threw it on a bullet right into the hands of Jock Sanders above the head of the defenders, and a nice pickup, confidence booster to this offense.
32-yard gain, and Brown is 7 of 7 passing the football this afternoon. Noel Devine starts right, comes back left, looking for room, and won't get it. He's going to be tackled for about a yard lost that time. That's Tim Torrance who came in there to make the tackle. So he'll lose a yard.
And that Flame defense has done a pretty good job of spreading out, stringing out Noel Devine, which they've done that time. And again, John, you talked about it earlier. He has to run more north-south and east-west, and he's been caught with his hand in the cookie jar a couple of times this evening.
He was that time for a loss. Second down and 12. Ball is inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. Brown looks right, feels pressure, gets away, still on his feet, and now dives down at the 41-yard line. So he will lose additional yardage on that play. Good coverage by the Flames. Their defense is playing pretty good, as you mentioned.
Another good play by Wes Cheek, the weak side linebacker, the senior from Dacula, Georgia. And he comes in, he kind of blows this thing up. You see, they got pressure from the inside as well, and that was Torrance, but really good sound play by the defense, playing responsibility and pushing West Virginia back towards their goal.
Well, there's no place for Brown to go that time. So now we're looking at third down and long. 17 yards for a first. Garrett Brown feels some pressure to his left, rolls right, throws right. The catch is made for a first down. Near the 20-yard line. Starks made the catch, and Brad Starks basically is the number 3 quarterback on this team as well. So Starks, number 14. And you see Brown buying a little extra time. Got some support there from Noel Devine, who put the good hit to keep him open against Wes Cheek. It's a 21-yard pickup, gets him out of the hole. It had been 17 yards to go for the first down. They get the ball inside the 20 at the 19. Lining up in the I formation. Head coach Bill Stewart said we will see more of this as you see Starks talking to the coaches. Inside the 15 down to about the 12 is number 9, Jock Sanders, the junior from St. Pete. David Manns, number 31, made the tackle for the Flames, but the Mountaineers are marching. As we mentioned, Renee, neither team has had to punt the football so far today.
No, and Ryan Clark, who scored a touchdown, will have a good block for you on the edge. See him kick out right there. Good block, allowing Jock Sanders to scoot up the field for a nice pickup of 8 yards. And so Clark has run and blocked very well thus far.
Second down and short for the Mountaineers. Powering straight ahead should be enough for the first down. We have a face mask on the play as the flag goes down. But it looked like Noel Devine had enough for the first. We'll check out the penalty.
Holding. 74-yard
might
penalty.
Be a face mask.
Second down.
It winds up holding on West Virginia. And that could be a drive killer right there.
I think it was on Don Barclay. West Virginia has the offensive line, and that's a situation of concern.
Now that offensive line certainly one of the big question marks coming into this season. Second down. And 13 to go for a first. They need to get the ball inside the 10. Pump fake, Brown looks, throws short. Tyler Urban, the tight end, was the intended receiver, but no chance with that one.
You know, he talked that they didn't use the tight end very much in the past. He had 4 catches last year, and this pass was tipped as it left his hands. He pumped right here, and right in the middle, you see, might have got a hand on it.
Looked like Jacobs, Trey Jacobs,
yeah.
Number 92, got the big paw up. So it's third down and long. 3rd and 13. Brown, little delay on the quarterback draw. He's got a chance to take it in. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown, West Virginia. Well, the Mountaineers keep it going offensively. The pump fake opened it up down the middle. 22 yards on the rushing touchdown for Brown.
And we talked about the offensive line. This is a quarterback draw all the way. That hole opened up like the parting of the Red Sea, and Jared Brown made Liberty defense pay for it with a nice run, scamper for a touchdown, putting the Mountaineers up ahead.
No way that Chris Rocco could get there. Bittenkirk for the extra point. The kick is up. The kick is good. So West Virginia goes back on top. They marched 65 yards in 8 plays. Took them just over 4 minutes to do it. And Brown scores the touchdown number 2. Second rushing touchdown of the afternoon for West Virginia. They are back on top 17-10. We'll see what Liberty can do when we come back. Second rushing touchdown of the afternoon for West Virginia. This time it's Brown to take it 22 yards to cap the drive and score and make it 17-10. Every time the Mountaineers have scored, Liberty has come back and done exactly the same thing. Allen and Brown, the deep receivers, for the kickoff of Leiter. Brown takes it inside the 10. And again, pretty good return. There was Aldrakis Allen on the return, number 37. So Allen gets good field position as they bounce right back. And once again, coverage on those kickoff plays so far this afternoon has not been what Bill Stewart, who coaches the special teams, wants.
And that's going to be their Achilles heel in the Big East if they don't correct that problem. You know, people are thinking, Liberty, what are they doing in the field? But, you know, Danny Rocco's done a good job. He coached under Bill McCartney, Tom Coughlin, John Mapovic, Al Groh. Is all under that Bill Parcells umbrella. And he learned a lot from all those guys. Took a team that was 1-10 and done a great job the last 2 years. Produced 52 all-conference players and 13 All-Americans.
Ball at the 38-yard line. Short pass is complete. Going to be short of a first down. Allen made the catch. Now Dracus has run out of bounds. Outside the 40 at the 43. Nate Sowers, former quarterback himself,
you know, he
made the play.
He was in a battle with Jared Brown early on and lost out on that and moved to wide receiver and finally moved over to the defense. But he was quite a high school quarterback. Was the West Virginia High School Gatorade Player of the Year. Great quarterback. Second
down and 6 after the 4-yard pickup. Here comes some pressure on the form of a blitz for the Mountaineers, and they're going to stuff this one at the 40-yard line. J.T. Thomas, one of the linebackers, was in there. You see Tandy as well. Lazier was there.
And this is a good thing about the 3-3-5. You can bring pressure from anywhere. J.T. Thomas, probably the most athletic linebacker they've ever had here in quite some time, came shooting in from the A-gap and kind of shut this down before it got started. And now you're looking at a 3rd and long for the Flames.
It is 3rd and 8 from the 40. We're in the second quarter of play. Midway through, 7:35 to play. Well, they showed blitz again, but did not come that time. And the catch is made by Freddie Brown, just short of the 45-yard line, but it's enough for a first down. Freddie Brown made the catch. Coverage there by Richardson. Brown took a pretty good hit. Let's see if he comes off.
He does a deep curl, and Freddie Brown, who is the 3rd wide receiver at South Carolina with Sidney Rice and Kinley, he's got a good set of hands and 6'3", 210. And again, he brings the SEC experience with him to Liberty.
We have wide receivers left and right. Screen play, and it's going to go for a loss. Nothing doing that time. You see J.T. Thomas was right there. Make the hit on Aldrakis Allen. It'll be 2nd down and long yardage.
J.T. Thomas has shown a nose for the ball. He's a playmaker, great instincts, had a great spring, and he is the designated blitzer. You want to say who's the best blitzer on the West Virginia team? Is J.T. Thomas. His dad was a linebacker for West Virginia, 94, 95. So he's
already got 3 solo tackles this afternoon. A loss of 1. 2nd down, 11 for Liberty. Here's the pressure. He gets rid of it downfield and off the fingertips, incomplete. The pass was intended for Summers, who plays the X wide receiver. He made a pretty good throw under pressure that time.
And Julian Miller just laid the lumber right here. Bang! You can hear the wood crack as he just stood up, and hopefully he was going to go in the right direction. But Julian Miller came from his defensive end position and wrapped a 6'4", 260-pound frame around him. caused an incompletion. Forced him to hurry that pass.
So now it is third down and long. 3rd and 11. Ball at the 47-yard line. Both teams operating primarily out of the shotgun. The lone setback is Allen. He'll get out, look for a pass, flag down. It's incomplete. It was intended for Brown. It looks like maybe holding coming up against the Flames. See if the Mountaineers decline this.
Thanks. Penalties decline. 4th down.
They will, because we're going to have our first punt of the game with 6:12 remaining in the first half.
John, I'm going to look and see if there's more than one number 30 on the field. J.T. Thomas from the outside. Is there 3 number 30s out there?
Well, Hogan is the deep man, as Liberty will punt for the first time. Mike Larson, number 47, to do the punting. Robbie Kramer is the long snapper. There you see Larson, he's a sophomore. And this time Liberty was not able to answer the Mountaineer score. Left-footed kick and a pretty good one. It'll come back to Hogan. And they're going to let it bounce and roll dead near the 15-yard line. That'll take us to a timeout. Hogan did not make a return on that ball. 6:02 remaining here in the opening half. Mountaineers leading 17-10. There are the Mountaineer cheerleaders, and they've got a lot to be happy about, at least right now, with just over 6 minutes to play in the half. Along with Renee Nadeau, I'm John Sanders and our entire Big East crew here in Morgantown. Happy to have you with us. 22-yard run by Brown. Last time for the West Virginia touchdown. Brown looks into the flat on the right side, and there's some room down that sideline. Finally tripped up near the 40-yard line. And that's Arnett. Alric Arnett, number 82, made the catch, and he had a lot of room there, Renee.
Arnett is Jared Brown's roommate. You think they talked about this play? But he is a go-to guy, and 6'2", 189, and nice catch and run by Arnett.
22 yards, and again, Jock Sanders doing his job as far as the blocking is concerned. They've got it out to the 38. Brown sets, throws short, catch is made by the tight end, and that's going to be another first down. Urban made the catch. Wanted this year is more of involvement for the tight end in the offense. He was wide open that time for a first down.
Runs right up the seam, and Jared Brown goes through the progressions, and he finds Urban wide open, unattended. He made 4 catches last year, 2 up for touchdowns, and a tight end, as you talked about earlier, John, hadn't received a touchdown since 2005. Urban looks like a great target, 6'5", 255.
10 of 11 so far for Jared Brown in his first start as the man at the helm. This is Noel Devine. Not much room there as Devine gets across inside the 45. Tavon Austin with the ball. And let's take a look at the Mike Brown day. He has been a big part of what has been a pretty good Flames offense so far this afternoon. There's Jared Brown now. Keep our Browns straight. This is the last drive, and it winds up in a 22-yard touchdown as he squeezes into the end zone. There you go, diving for 6. Noel Devine tackled from behind, first down yardage near the 31-yard line. Devine able to turn that one upfield and pick up good yardage, 13 yards. That's a first for the Mountaineers.
You know, the thing you look at Noel Devine, that big 5'8", 176, and you know, he's got good yards after contact. Bench presses over 400, squats nearly 500. He's a very tight, compact, strong body, so he can take a hit.
This time the inside handoff, fighting his way down near the 25-yard line. Devine again carried the football. It was Wes Cheek, number 35, and we have called his number a few times here this afternoon.
You know, Cheek runs pretty well. He gained 18 pounds. He used to be a running back, so he can maneuver around the field pretty well.
Brown looks to Devine. Knocked down. Right at the 30, and a flag comes in from deep downfield. Childress there for the tackle. We'll see what the call is. It's going to be against West Virginia. Mountaineers leading by a touchdown.
Personal foul. Blow to the head. 14 offense. 15-yard penalty. Second down.
That's called on Starks. A blow to the head. So it'll march it back another 15. Putting a damper on this West Virginia drive, at least at this point.
There's a look at Starks right there. You know, the thing with it can go against the defensive player, it can go against the offensive player. In that chicken fighting, when he's trying to break off into a route, if Starks does hit, and sometimes they will try to fight against the defensive player, if he does swat across the helmet, it's the same for the offensive or defensive player. They cannot hit an opponent across the helmet.
Back to the 41. It's second down and 20 for the Mountaineers. They have some work to do to keep this drive alive. Brown drops back, looks, throws, downfield. Yeah, that's going to be interference at the 10-yard line. Arnett was about to break free, I think, and maybe get 6.
Pass interference. 17 defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
It'll be a first down. Claiborne was the guilty party. Liberty, the Mountaineers will get the 15 yards back, and they'll also get the first down.
And Claiborne did what a good safety does. If you live to fight another day. Just at least he's got the penalty. He didn't give up a touchdown, so he made the right call.
I think you're right, though. I think that was going to be 6 if he doesn't put an arm on him. And this one blown dead before it starts. And for a first game,
64 offense. 5-yard penalty.
False start is called on Barclay. We've not had that many penalties, and you would assume that you're going to see a lot in the opening game of the year. Still 3:10 to play in the opening half. Stay with us for our halftime report. We'll look back at the Meineke Car Care Bowl, which was quite a battle. West Virginia won it by a point. Ed Pastelong, the director of athletics, will also join us. And you can see Pitt in the first quarter hosting Youngstown. Ohio State ahead of Navy at home. Penn State shutting out Akron. Northern Iowa has the lead over Iowa. Tyler Urban, the tight end, was the intended receiver. It'll be just the second incompletion of the afternoon for Brown, who's had a pretty good start. 17-10, West Virginia leads. Liberty's been penalized 4 times for 35, so have the Mountaineers, but their total is 45 yards in penalties. Nothing doing on that running play. Devine carried, and Cheek was right there. Cheek was not going to let him get away. It's been a pretty good first half for Cheek.
Oh, and Cheek just fought up a block off of Tyler Urban, so he did a good job. He's a little heavier than that. But watch, Cheek is going to fight here with Urban, and look, he gets rid of him. He gets rid of him and makes the tackle. An outstanding play by West Cheek. It's up to about 223, and we said he had 13 tackles against VMI. Good special teams player as well.
To make that defensive play. A timeout. West Virginia takes its first timeout here in the opening half. You want to make sure they have the right play as both teams will go toward the sideline on a beautiful afternoon. West Virginia, I think they might be a little under the radar, but that's the way Bill Stewart wants it.
Yeah, he'd rather have them pick 4th or 5th in the Big East and surprise some people, if you will. But they're not playing at full steam right now, as most teams are not, opening game this season. But they're just trying to find an identity. They do have a new quarterback. He's played here before, and he's gained a little confidence, had a very good outing. Really, the big weakness so far I've seen is special teams, John. That's everything else. The defense has played pretty sound.
Jerry Falwell founded the university. His son is now the chancellor of the school. Dr. Farwell died in 2007, and they honor him. Number 71 will never be worn by a Liberty player, and they honor him before every home game down there in Lynchburg. And that FCS is Football Championship Subdivision, formerly known as Division I AA.
Yeah, that's a good look at Danny Rocca right there. What an interesting individual. He's done a great job. And, you know, they beat Youngstown State last year, so they've done a good job. And he's really turned his program around, and from a 1-10, 10-2 last year. So he's really in the thick of things in the SCS.
They also beat Elon. Their losses came to Lafayette and at Presbyterian, as they were 10-2. Big play here for the Mountaineers, trying to keep this drive alive. Ground throws, passes, caught. And that's going to be first down yardage. On the far side, excellent play that time. Jock Sanders was the recipient of that pass. And he was able to dance down. No, he did not get the first down. It's going to be fourth down. He stepped out of bounds, trying to get past the marker. Let's see what they decide to do.
And the leading receiver from 2008 with 53 catches, had 7 last year on opening day against Villanova. Has a pusher full and played a good game thus far.
And West Virginia takes another timeout here in the closing moments of this opening half. Minute 25 remaining. And apparently the game clock on the scoreboard is not functioning the way it's supposed to. There's 2:04 to play.
You know, John, it's an interesting call here with 4th and short with just a little over 2 minutes to go. If you can get a... That would certainly be a great idea. But, you know, do you take points away right now with such a close game, and you want to go in with a positive... advantage going into the half if you can hold field goal attempt here, which is a very smart move.
Cash will hold. Bittenkurt will kick. He has one of 38 yards. This is going to be a 35-yard attempt from the far hash mark. Good hold, good kick, and they will get 3. So the Mountaineers make the decision to go for the field goal, the second one of the afternoon for Bittenkurt, the redshirt freshman. So West Virginia expands its lead. They're up by 10 at 20-10. Capacity here 60,000, and I tell you one thing, Renee, there aren't many empty seats for opening day.
There's a lot of goal out there. I'll tell you that. It's colorful, sun-drenched field here, and you know, you talked a little bit about the Monarchy Car Care Bowl, and Pat White, who really had an outstanding career here with West Virginia Mountaineers, first quarterback in NCAA history to record 4 straight bowl wins.
Of course, that's a school record for the Mountaineers, in addition to 7 consecutive years that they have gone bowling. A reminder, we will flash back to the Meineke Car Care game. Ed Pastelong, who is the Director of Athletics, will also join us up here in the booth. We'll have stats and highlights. The drive, 66. 35-yard Bittencourt field goal. They took 4:04 off the clock. Second straight drive that's been exactly 4 minutes and 4 seconds. They've got that down pretty good. There is Mike Brown. Aldrecus Allen is back deep with him. At the 19-yard line. Some room up the middle. 50. And finally grabbed from behind. And also on the play, Josh Leiter was in there defensively for West Virginia. And another good kickoff return, or if you're West Virginia, you give up a lot of yardage on that kick return. 39 yards on the play, and they move it right back into Mountaineer territory.
Well, you know, credit Mike Brown as well, because he's a good broken field runner, and he's making those cuts at full speed. West Virginia's not covering very well, but also, again, Mike Brown is a very good return specialist.
Well, anytime your kicker, in this case Josh Leiter, makes the tackle, you know that's not good coverage. Brown is back on the field. Set to go to work. The flag on the play, and Brown is playing quarterback right now.
Timeout. Liberty.
In place of Beecher, it'll be a timeout called by the Flames of Lynchburg, Virginia. And what an afternoon it has been so far for Mike Brown. He has been outstanding all over the field. take a look at the Big South preseason poll, and this Liberty team has won the Big South the last 2 years. Did not lose a game last year. Went 5-0 in conference play, 10-2 overall, and they are the favorite to do it again this year. Even though they returned only 7 starters from that team that won 10 and lost 2.
And you know the thing about Coastal Carolina, Gardner-Webb, they have some offensive weapons there. Beecher throwing to Brown, and just a big NFL-type catch down the sidelines. And again, they're going to go to him here for a score. The only score of the game, touchdown for the game for the Flames. And again, here's Mike Brown returning a kickoff and showing his speed and cutability, shrinking the field for the offense.
Beecher is back in there now to run the offense, dumps it short. Brown makes the catch, and he's not going to get much, if anything. We do have a flag down on the play in the area of the 32-yard line. Time running out here in the opening half. It's like a hold coming up.
Holding. 1 offense.
Minute 43 remaining.
First down.
Summers guilty of the hold. Well, they'll back him up 10. Puts it back into Liberty territory. 1:43 is the time remaining here in the opening half. Mountaineers are leading by 10. But Liberty has been stubborn under Coach Danny Rocco, 24-10 in his 4th season. They'll go from the shotgun. Short pass in the flat, not much there. We run out at about the 47-yard line. B.J. Hayes, the tailback, made the catch, picked up short yardage. He'll lose a yard, as a matter of fact, on this play.
He's the last option for Beecher, and thrown out in the safety valve to Hayes and escorted out of bounds for loss.
Well, it's got to be a little scary, too, when you've gone through all of your reads and there's nobody left.
And the guy you're going to throw to is going to lose yardage.
2nd and 21. That will pick up yardage, not a lot. That is complete to Summers. Hogan was there defensively, number 22 for West Virginia. Hogan, a junior out of Manassas, Virginia.
This summer is number 1 as a big target, 6'4", 190 out of Jacksonville, Florida. Got some NFL-type skills. He'll get better. Only had a couple of grabs in 2008, but they feel the future is very bright for Summers.
3rd down and 15. Fans trying to get behind the defense. Feels about a minute 14 to go. A little shovel pass is going to be complete, just short of the 40-yard line of the Mountaineers. Allen is there defensively. B.J. Hayes took that shovel pass and picked up some positive yardage.
A little Brett Favre-ish here as Beecher has to negotiate and just throw it up for a completion. That's something he might have gotten from Brett Favre over the years. But again, Beecher, he keeps his composure, doesn't lose his cool, and nice completion for a pickup. 4th down, though.
Hogan is deep. Larson will kick for the 2nd time. So the Mountaineers defense has forced a punt on the last 2 Liberty possessions. Combination in the yardage area to West Virginia of about 100 yards more, and that one will go into the end zone. So no run back. It will come out to the 20. Just over a minute to play here in the opening half. We mentioned the scoreboard at the big end of the field does not have a clock working. West Virginia has 1 timeout remaining. They have just over a minute to play. 20-10. Mountaineers lead by 10. Brown has had a very effective far, and coming up at halftime, we'll sort out some of the numbers, because the 2 Browns that we focused on at the start of the game, Mike Brown for Liberty and this man, Jarrett Brown for West Virginia, has been good. Noel Devine at the 15. Was out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. Fans wanted a late flag because he was bumped once he got out of bounds, but no flag, no call.
They're going to hit the sideline. Passes but you're going to have to go up the middle. You got 58 ticks to go if you come away with any points before the end of the half.
Well, that one gained just a yard. Brown sets, looks, throws downfield, almost intercepted. And a flag comes in on a late hit, I think. Rocco almost comes up with the interception.
It looks like he may have taken a shot to the head. That may have been a call on Chris Rocco.
Now, Rocco is the quarterback of that defense. Starks was the intended receiver.
14 defense. Below to the head.
It does go on Rocco, who is the nephew of the head coach, Danny Rocco, and the son of his brother, Frank Rocco Jr. Boom.
I didn't really, well, they said he went up high, and they're going to flag you for that every time. Chris Rocco, who's a 4.0 GPA quarterback in the secondary, was flagged.
Mountaineers now trying to make something happen here late in the opening half. Brown looks downfield, has a man, catch is made at the 31-yard line. That'll be enough for first down, and there's the second catch for the tight end, Tyler Urban, from Huntington, West Virginia, which is not far from Marshall University. In fact, it's the same town. 40 seconds to play. Brown with time, throws, bobbled, incomplete. Again, intended for Urban, who's getting some work in this afternoon. Let's watch the previous play that set up a first down for West Virginia.
A nice throw by Jared Brown finds one of his favorite targets, Tyler Urban, a big 6'5" target. Stretches all of that 6'5", comes down with it. Former fullback knows what to do after he gets the ball.
Second down and 10.
Equipment problem here for Urban.
Ball at the 31-yard line as Urban will come off. Speaking of that, the equipment manager is Dan Nealon. Will Johnson will come on for Urban. And his son, Ryan Nealon, who's from Morgantown, a terrific player, is on this roster. And, of course, granddad, Don Nealon, is an outstanding coach for the Mountaineers. That's going to come up short at the 28-yard line. O'Donnell was there defensively of Jock Sanders, and a timeout called by the Mountaineers. That'll be their last timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. 29.4 seconds remaining here in the opening half of play. The Mountaineers and Liberty exchanging points early. West Virginia went up 3-0. Liberty came back to tie. Mountaineers got a touchdown. Liberty came back to tie, but the last two possessions for the Flames, the defense of West Virginia has shut them down.
You know, Liberty has given West Virginia all they can handle. They're the number 13 team in the country in scoring defense in FCS in 2008, and that defense has really stepped up against the Mountaineers.
They wound up ranked in the mid part of that second 10, 14 or 15, and Brown looks long and overthrows the intended receiver. That was Starks downfield. He was near the 5-yard line, but Brown's pass was too tall. Until the Mountaineers now will send out the kicking team, Bittencourt. This will be a 45-yard attempt. He is 2 of 2 so far this afternoon. Looking for somebody to pick it up for Pat McAfee. He's done well on his first 2 attempts, and that is 3 for 3. 45-yarder to stretch the lead out to 23-10. So they've got to be happy with Bittencourt, at least as far as the field goals are concerned. He's hit from 38, 35, and now 45. We still have 19.4 seconds remaining here in the opening half.
And you got to feel good as the offensive team, as a Mountaineer fan, as you see Bittencourt really has to feel good filling that role that Pat McAfee held last year. Boy, I tell you what, he's opening game here. He's got to feel good about himself. He's been connected on 3 of 3, but moved down the field methodically with just over a minute to go and come away with some points in the first half.
6-play, 52-yard drive winds up in the 3rd Mountaineer field goal of the half. It'll be Brown and Aldrakis Allen deep to receive the kickoff from Josh Leiter. And Josh had to make the tackle himself on the last kickoff. There are less than 20 seconds remaining in the half. This is an area of concern for Bill Stewart, who coaches the special teams, and there is a low driving kick that's going to go out of bounds. But at least there'll be no return.
There'll be no return of Mike Brown, I'll tell you that.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball will be placed at the 40-yard line.
So the ball will be spotted at the 40. No time goes off the clock. Still 19.4 seconds remaining in the half. Mountaineers leading 23-10.
That's still a nice return to start your offense at
Absolutely.
the 40. But it could have been worse the way things have happened.
You're right. Whether it's Allen or Brown returning those kickoffs, they've done a good job. Out comes the quarterback. Tommy Beecher's done a pretty good job here in his opening half, in his 5th and final season after playing at South Carolina. And he'll put the ball on the ground, carrying it out across the 45. They're going to spot it just beyond the 45-yard line. And we'll see if that winds down the first half. It will. Second quarter is history. Mountaineers leading 23-10 as they head to the locker room. We've got a big halftime show straight ahead. Ed Pastelong, the director of athletics, will join us. It's been a pretty good battle here in the opening 30 minutes of play. Of course, Mike Brown has been a big part of that. A couple of rushing touchdowns for West Virginia. Brown gets in the end zone. 23-10, halftime, Mountaineers. Period number 3 is underway. Brown at the 10, the 20, dodges a tackle, cuts it back outside the 25 and even across the 30. Still on his feet, he just does not want to go down. Finally wrestled down at about the 33-yard line. So another excellent return as far as Liberty is concerned. 22 yards on the return that time by Mike Brown. He will, of course, stay on the field. He rarely leaves the field.
You look at Beecher right there, 12 out of 16 attempts. He made some good decisions. Beecher made some very sound decisions and handled the ball very well and didn't. You know, the thing about him is, you know, he's got that experience. He doesn't stare his receivers down, doesn't give it away. He looks his receivers off, and I've been impressed with the way he's managed this offense.
And this time it is the Flames using the I formation. Beecher sets, looks, throws deep, far side, knocked away. Smith was there defensively. Intended for Will Quarles, the tight end, who got downfield, but right there was Ian Smith, sophomore from Miramar, Florida. How many players do they have from Miramar, Florida, scattered around the country?
Quite a few. That's a hotbed of talent down there.
Well, Florida has become a recruiting hotbed. Of course, Pennsylvania, Ohio, over the years as well. Hayes is in there as the tailback. He'll have the football and get outside the 35, possibly to the 37. And again, it's Smith coming up defensively. So Liberty trying to answer. They were able to answer the first 2 times West Virginia scored, but then the Mountaineers scored the last 13 points of the first half on a touchdown and a couple more field goals. B.J.
Hayes is an impact kind of guy, very explosive, number 25, complete. Only a sophomore, as we said, he's got that scootability with a 4.4 speed, so you want to get him on the edge. So far, West Virginia has kept him in check.
3rd and 6, big play on the opening drive of the second half for the Flames. Beecher's going to be wrapped up and dropped back at the 28-yard line. That's Julian Miller from Columbus, Ohio, celebrating a sack. They were able to get to Beecher that time.
And we just talked about Julian Miller had a good first half. He comes off the edge. He's got long arms. He's an outstanding pass rusher. and just, gain, he's about 260 right now, can gain about another 20, 25 pounds, but he will be special and just a sophomore.
It is an 8-yard sack. Jock Sanders and Brandon Hogan deep to receive the left-footed punt. Right at the 30-yard line. Some good coverage by Liberty. Very little on the return that time for Jock. He'll hand it over to the official. And West Virginia will start their first possession of the second half right at their own 30-yard line.
That was great coverage by the Flame special teams forces. And
they were standing right there when he made the catch. Ian Childress, an outside linebacker, was there. And here comes Jarrett Brown. You see his numbers from the first half, 15 of 19, 188 yards. He did rush for a touchdown. He played a pretty solid first half. From the 30, Noel Devine. Not much room. He'll get a couple.
John, I had a chance to talk with Bob Huggins last week about, because Jarrett Brown played basketball, as you know. He played basketball for Bob Huggins a couple of years ago. And the interesting thing is, Coach Stewart encouraged Jarrett Brown to play basketball. He wasn't just a guy on the team, played some significant minutes, had one game against South Florida, had a couple of threes when Joe Alexander was missing from the lineup, and really helped the basketball team. So he's not just a football talent, plays well on the hardwood as well.
Gain of 3, second down, 7. Out of the shotgun. Long count. Not much of a rush. The pass right over the middle to Devine at the 35-yard line. Excuse me, that's Jock Sanders who made the catch. And Jarrett Brown with 41 yards rushing. Devine with 59, and that play gains about 5. It'll be third down. And 5 for the Mountaineers at their own 35-yard line. Second half is just underway. 12 minutes to play, third quarter. Here comes some pressure from the outside, but Brown is able to get away, turn it upfield for a first down at the 50. Down at the 49-yard line, nailed there by Chris Rocco, number 14. But number 16, Brown, had a lot of room on that side. He picks up 16 yards to match his number and get the Mountaineers going. Good job to dodge the tackler.
John, is it just me, or did he look a little bit like Pat White that time?
He did. Maybe not quite as fast as Pat White. Pat White might have turned that into a touchdown. First and 10 at the 49 of Liberty. Clock rolling, 11 and a half remaining in the third quarter. Devine stops, starts, and picks up yardage out inside the 45 to the 43. Terry Adams made the hit. And a good block that time by his fullback Ryan Clark, leading the way. So he picks up 6. It'll be third down and 4.
Noel Devine running better between the tackles, breaking arm tackles, and we talked about his strength. He's trying to focus, go more north and south, which is a nice pickup of 5.
And here's the I formation that you've been looking for. Devine behind his fullback Clark. On the sweep left. Not much there. He cuts it back, still trying to fight for yardage, and spun down near the 43-yard line defensively. And Devine will not get much on this play.
And this is something a lot of backs don't do. They don't press the hole. And what I mean by that, John, you have to sell a defense where you're going and make it a lot easier for your blockers to set you up to cut back. If you just cut it back, you're running right into the pursuit. So he just really didn't sell a defense which way he was going.
Austin is in there as a wide receiver now. Tavon, the highly recruited, highly touted freshman. Brown dumps it over the middle. Catch is made by Jock Sanders. Trying to get that first down. He's going to be close. The ball kicks loose, but he's down. The question is, does he have enough for the first down?
I think he's a little short.
Jock trying to make some things happen.
Jarrett Brown feeling a little heat coming from the middle, and he drops it right over the top to Jock Sanders, and as you said, trying to make something there, and sometimes you got to hit the ground. They're going to punt it away with just 4th and just inches.
He might have run himself out of a first down that time as he made the cutback move. Kicking toward the corner, and this one looks like it will carry well into the end zone, and does. So Kozlowski with the punt, and the fans not too happy because that one had no chance to get out in the coffin corner. 23-10. We still have 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. Mountaineers on top in Morgantown. It's opening day for college football. 23-10, Mountaineers lead. How about that trio? Sanders, Brown, and Devine. Key cogs in this offense for West Virginia. Kick into the end zone, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 for Beecher. Rolls right, dumps it off. Nice tackle at about the 24-yard line. Hogan made the tackle for West Virginia. That was Quarles, the tight end, with the reception.
And Quarles just acts like he's going to block right there and scoots out to the outside on the out pattern and chopped down. But good job by the big 6'2", 250-pound senior Quarles. Just one catch last year.
2nd down and 6 after the gain of 4. And that's going to be a 1st down and more. Aldrecus Allen with a good carry right up the middle into that West Virginia defense. And Allen able to pick up good positive yardage. There's the inside handoff. 17 yards on the run. The ball out beyond the 40 at the 42-yard line.
Good block by Weaver and Stadler on the right side.
And so far a good start for Syracuse. Pittsburgh leads Youngstown State. And Ohio State is up on the midshipman. Penn State beating up on Akron. Again, it's Allen. He's going to be hit at the 35 and driven down. Reed Williams right there defensively. You know, we were talking to Coach about this team, and Bill Stewart said, what is set? We're going to have a lot of competition in the early part of the season. The only thing that's set, as far as starters is concerned, is number 47, Reed Williams.
You know, he's everything you're looking for in a Mike linebacker. You got to look at the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Chicago Bears. He fits that style. He's good size, 6'1", 232, great instincts, tough, physical, very, very active, very smart.
2nd down and 7 from the 45. Quick out pass to Brown, sheds a tackler, moves down the sideline, takes a bump out of bounds. And Brown will pick up good yards deeper into West Virginia territory here. Brown is all over the field. You said it at the beginning. They're going to have to figure out a way to keep track of number 10.
And this is, they call this a smoke pattern. They're just a quick flip and go. And I tell you what, Mike Brown smokes down the field. You get the ball in his hands and just isolate him and just let him do his magic. And, well, he's outstanding.
Candy had a shot at him, couldn't finish him off. Ball at the 38, nothing there as they try to go up the middle. Aldrecus Allen, a true freshman from the state of Georgia, and he gets basically nothing right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
You know, the thing is, Rashad Jennings, 1,500 yards last year, 17 touchdowns. He's a 7th-round draft choice of the Jacksonville Jaguars. They compare Aldrecus Allen, his talents, very, very similar. Although a freshman, they feel like he could maybe be a Rashad Jennings in time.
There's a pass into the flat that's caught near the 33-yard line, and just into the game to make the catch was Jimmy Eden. Eden had just checked in. He was one of the 3 lined up on the right side and made the catch. It'll be 3rd down.
See, Beecher got a little mobile that time, got out of the pocket, and he's got good feet and throws a nice catchable ball.
Well, it's a big 3rd down play coming up for the Flames. They're 3 of 8 on 3rd down so far this afternoon. Beecher will go from the gun. Fans want to stop here by the Mountaineer defense. Beecher sets, looks, throws, incomplete. It was intended again for Eden, who made the last catch. That one goes incomplete. And we'll see what they do with the ball at the 31-yard line.
We talked about Williams. He graduated in 3.5 years with a degree in finance. Show you how smart he is. And he had a chance to go to Duke, Marshall, or James Madison. Became a West Virginia Mountaineer, and the fans are excited about that.
Bevins will try a field goal out of the hold of Mike Brown. Yes, that same number 10. 49-yarder is up. It is long enough, and it is good. Well, the field goal kicking has been outstanding here this afternoon. That gets 3 of those points back, makes it 23-13. So once again, it is a 10-point game. The Mountaineers on top. They've led most of the way. Liberty is they're still down by 10. A career-high 49-yard field goal by Bevins brings Liberty a little closer in this game. Bevins will kick off. It took him 3 minutes 39 seconds to get 3 points back. Rogers is deep. And Tavon Austin, this one will be fielded. Almost dropped out of bounds that time, but that little delay gave him some room up the far sideline. So Rogers, who almost muffed that kickoff, gets it out to near the 40-yard line. Just a little change of pace there, Renee, that opened up the sideline for him.
You know, when that happens, sometimes a team has a tendency to let up just a little bit, thinking it may go out of bounds or whatever, and he seized the opportunity and made the most of it.
Well, the Mountaineers bring their offense back on at their own 37-yard line. Garrett Brown in control. He had made 2 previous starts, one a huge win over Rutgers a couple of years ago, and because of injuries, a disappointing start against Syracuse. Brown sits, waits, feels some pressure, rolls, throws, catch is made. And making a good reception is Brad Starks, one of the backup quarterbacks as well. 13-yard pickup, first down at midfield.
And that win against Rutgers was in 29 degrees. Nice throw by Jarrett Brown, looking down the field, checking off and running. Now we're finding Starks wide open. Nice gain, first down.
And Starks took the hit from Mans.
Timeout. Liberty.
And Liberty's going to take a timeout. That's their first timeout in the second half. And I think if you're the head coach there, Danny Rocco, you don't want to see West Virginia get an extended drive here with 4:53 to play. We're in the third quarter. Mountaineers lead is 10. It's 23-13 in Morgantown, West Virginia. On the campus in Morgantown, you're looking at Stewart Hall, which is the office of the president. They do have a new president here in Morgantown with West Virginia University. James Clements is now running the show. 50-yard line. First and 10 Mountaineers. Brown sits, waits, looks, feels pressure, steps away from it. And now we'll pick up about 5 as he steps out of bounds. And he went through all of his reads that time, and there was nothing there.
And that's a smart play by the senior quarterback. Rather than force something, he does have the ability to run, just run out of bounds, pick up a few yards, don't force anything down the field, and live to fight another day. Pick up a 4 yards, so 2nd and 6.
And Brown now with 61 yards rushing. He's 18 of 22 passing. Fighting his way down to the 41-yard line is Noel Devine. Leading rusher in the Big East Conference last year, leading returning rusher this year, and he's going to come off. It's 3rd and short, and we'll see if the emphasis on the short yardage offense pays off. It did in a 2-yard touchdown run earlier. That's Ryan Clark, the young man, being expected to do that. Kovac in front of him, so 2 fullbacks. Clark leans for the first and got it. And that's a big improvement, Renee, for West Virginia.
Oh, yeah, it is. And Clark is a true fullback, but he can play tailback, which he did. And that short yardage, got that size and that jumbo backfield behind Kovac, and that's a lot of weight coming at you.
Now 5 of 9 on 3rd down are the Mountaineers, controlling the football with the clock moving, counting down to 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Devine and Sanders in the backfield as they split themselves behind Brown. bookends they are, about the same size. Devine into that left side, stays on his feet, fights his way down to about the 31-yard line. Excuse me, Jock Sanders on the carry. Claiborne made the tackle.
And a good block by number 77, Josh Jenkins. Right here, he seals the inside, allowing him to get the ball carrier to get outside, Jock Sanders. And Josh Jenkins was the top recruit out of West Virginia, Parade All-American, just a sophomore, lost about 15, 20 pounds, a lot quicker, but only a sophomore. They expect greatness out of him, left guard.
Out of Parkersburg. Brown takes the snap. He's going to throw, gets some pressure on the right side, comes back the other way, and throws it away. It was intended for Noel Devine, but that one kind of blew up in his face. He really had no choice there but to throw it away. Let's take a look from behind.
Liberty kind of smelled this one out and dropped in coverage. They got pressure on him coming from Darrell Robertson, number 96, a transfer from Virginia Tech. And Noel Devine was the closest to the ball, but yeah, as you went away.
Third down, 4. Brown in trouble, gets away, is still on his feet at the 30 inside the 30, first down. Pretty shifty right there, reminiscent of what Patrick White did here for 4 years. He was able to shed some tacklers and pick up a big first down. Adams finally got to him, but not before he picked up the first.
He got some pressure from the inside, among others, Terry Adams, but he gets away from there and almost got tackled, but he does pick up the first down before he's escorted out of bounds by Larry Claiborne. First down, Mountaineers.
Tim Smith was the first one in there, but could not corral him. 20th first down of the afternoon for West Virginia. They've got the ball at the 25 of Liberty. A little bit of a delayed handoff to Noel Devine, who will get inside the 20 and wiggle his way down near the 17-yard line.
Chris Rocco.
Now, once again, it was Chris Rocco on the tackle. Young man with the 4.0 grade average. Out of the Rocco family, you'd have to think that he's going to be a coach someday, wouldn't you?
I got to think so. He's, very heady guy, nephew of Danny, and Dan was a coach at Liberty Christian. It's in his blood. I mean, he's around coaches all the time. He's used to wiping off grease boards.
It's Clark, the fullback, Rogers, the tailback in this I formation on 2nd down and 3. A wall there from Liberty. They really stuffed that play easily. Right in the middle, it's Chapman, who's down weight-wise. He was 405, and now he weighs 360.
Yeah, let me tell you, he's 6'5", 360, can dunk a basketball flat-footed under the basket. So he gets that weight moving. He's a little leaner now, and just a sophomore, they expect he could be a good one.
Listed at 377, but he was over 400 pounds. 3rd and 5. Clock running in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Pass incomplete near the 20-yard line. Jock Sanders was the intended receiver. But Brown not able to convert. Let's see what the Mountaineers will do now.
Coach Jeff Mullins, offensive coordinator, likes that motion and a lot of movement. And that's just what he's getting. But Jared Brown couldn't connect to that one. Now another field goal opportunity.
This will be a 36-yard field goal attempt. Bittencourt is 3 for 3 this afternoon, including 1 from 45, 1 from 38, and 1 from 35. So he has been perfect trying to answer the Flames field goal, and he does. Closing seconds of the 3rd quarter, 16 remaining, and the Mountaineer is liking that, as West Virginia has come right back to open up that 13-point lead again. 4 field goals this afternoon by Bittencourt.
Well, he wanted to fill that role by Pat McAfee. I think he's off to a great start as a field goal kicker and point producer. filling in for the departed, graduated Pat McAfee.
Okay, thanks. Now there is Rebecca Durst. She is a female Mountaineer. For many years, the Mountaineer was a male with a full growth of beard. But that has changed with Rebecca taking charge of the musket. And if you're ever here for a basketball game and that musket goes off, you'll know it. Lighter to kick off. Allen and Brown are deep. Lighter's kickoff comes fairly short. It's Allen at about the 18. Puts his head down across the 30 up to near the 33-yard line. Decent field position now for Liberty. Mountaineers went 44 yards in 11 plays to get the 36-yard field goal. It has been a very good afternoon kicking the football for Bittencourt. She has 4 field goals. Mountaineers have not really put on a touchdown display this afternoon. And the quarterback, Beecher, comes back out, ready to go to work. Liberty's played pretty solid. B.J. Hayes is the running back. Deep in the I formation. And he'll have the football. Rolls across the 35 out to about the 36. Lazier makes the tackle for West Virginia, and you could see Scooter Berry, 93, also around the football. And that will take care of 3 quarters of play. Same difference we had at halftime. Mountaineers were up by 13, each team with a field goal here in the third quarter. Still a 13-point lead for West Virginia. 26-13 is the score. Welcome back to the campus of West Virginia University in Morgantown. Each team with a field goal in the third quarter. We head to the final 15 minutes to play with West Virginia up by 13 points. I formation this time for the Flames. Little play action. Short pass is caught at the 36-yard line by Dominic Jones. Allen, Boogie Allen was right there. Franchot is his given name, but they call him Boogie.
Another one of those Florida recruits out of Jacksonville, Florida.
22 players on this roster of 115. Now that's a bunch of guys to keep track of, isn't it?
Well, you know, you keep going back if you see the fruits of your labor. And, you know, they recruit a lot of tweeners, the 5'11", 6'2", safety linebacker types, and convert them, use them somewhere. But he recruits a lot of tweeners and has a lot of success.
3 of 9 on third down so far for the Flames. That pass is incomplete, but it's going to be interference. And the interference is going to be against Hogan. Hogan was on his back.
Pass interference. 22 defense. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
It'll be a first down at the spot of the foul. It was probably going to be enough. Brandon Hogan is called for the infraction. And Bill Stewart not too happy about that, obviously.
Freddie Brown had 38 career catches as a Gamecock in South Carolina. He's got a big body. You haven't heard much from him, and credit the Mountaineer defense for keeping him in check most of the evening.
Had a good look at Cosby, the starting center for the Flames. This is Mike Brown, stacked up outside the 45 at the 46-yard line. Double teamed him that time. Hogan and Sands were both there defensively. Let's take a look at this one. It's stuffed after a gain of about 3.
Quick pitch out to Mike Brown, and again, Hogan come up. Sands is a guy that may eventually, he gains some weight, may grow to a linebacker, get in the box, but he's got phenomenal written all over him. 6'5", 215, and good speed, great leaping ability.
Give him 4 on the play. It'll be second down 6 from the 46. And this play is blown up, it'll be illegal procedure against the Flames.
76 offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
It's called on Justin Vargas, their head coach Danny Rocco, an assistant at Virginia with the Jets, Maryland, Texas, Boston College, Tulsa, Colorado, and Wake Forest. So he certainly has paid his dues. As you know, all these guys do. If you're going to be an assistant coach, you're going to move a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, you really will. And, you know, you got to keep your bags packed and keep a lot of temporary mailing address cards.
Hayes in the backfield along with the quarterback Beecher. Beecher fakes to Hayes. Rolls left, throws downfield. It is incomplete. It was intended for Brown, but it was defended by Sands that time, and we have a Mountaineer down on the field. That is Smith, number 24. Maybe some cramps.
And Beecher took a shot from J.T. Thomas after he released the ball, and may just be cramps. He kind of went down. Ian Smith did. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
This is the time of year when cramping for a lot of football players is a problem. You have to. And it's Ian Smith who's down on the field. Dave Kearns is overworking with his staff to try to get him going again. Let's talk about rule changes. Resetting the play clock. If an offensive player injured, it'll be set at 25 seconds. Defensive player injured, the clock goes to 40 seconds.
Interesting. Maybe so he won't try to kill the clock offensively on a fake injury, I guess.
I don't think there's anything fake about this.
No, this will be set at 40 seconds. A couple of new rule changes. But Ian Smith looked like he may have a groin pull. He stretched that leg pretty good and was pointing to his groin area. So perhaps it may be something. He's going to walk a little gingerly.
He's on his feet, which is a good sign for the faithful here in old gold and blue.
It's funny you mentioned a gold and blue. The seniors picked. There is 9 different uniform changes they could have.
Yeah, they could be all blue. They could be all gold.
All white, blue and gold. You know, I mean, blue, and the seniors decide what uniform matchup they're going to wear. I guess luck plays into it a little bit, John, I would think.
Well, you recall when they honored Pat White, they had a whiteout.
Yeah.
All the fans wore white. The players wore white. Glover will check into the lineup defensively now for West Virginia. As Aaron Smith departs. 3rd and long. Here comes some pressure from the outside, and they've got him. Oh, he slips away. He finally goes down. Beecher is sacked for the 2nd time. Good rush by the Mountaineers that time. Miller led the way.
And Julian Miller arrived as a 215-pound freshman out of Columbus, Ohio, Buckeye country. And boy, he just relentless. Doesn't give up. Najee Good was another guy in there, number 52. And J.T. Thomas, who's been a nemesis.
Number 30 was the first one to get to him, and handling the punting now is Mike Larson. Jock Sanders is deep, along with Hogan. Left-footed kicker. That's Hogan with it. 30, 35, and down he goes. We're going to take a break. We have 12 minutes and 8 seconds to play in the game. We're in the 4th. It's the Mountaineers by 13. Stay with us. College football opening day continues right after this. 13. Let's check on the day for J.T. Thomas. You have called his name a lot this afternoon, Renee.
And they call him the most athletic linebacker to play here in 8 or 9 years. Smells out a play here, hurries to throw by Beecher and forces a sack. He hurries Beecher out of the pocket, forces into waiting arms of his teammates. So a great game by J.T. Thomas. 4.5 speed, designated blitzer. They can't block this guy in practice. He's all over the place.
You know, Thomas so far has 3 solo tackles, 3 assists, and 2.5 tackles for losses. A bit of a push on the right side that time by Noel Devine. Lee was there defensively for the Flames of Liberty. And Liberty will be continuing their season against North Carolina Central next week. Now the Mountaineers are going to be thinking payback because they've got East Carolina in here, and the East Carolina handled them pretty good last year in their first loss of the season, on their way to a 9-4 campaign. Noel Devine, hesitation move, and down he goes at the 45. I think he's going to be about a yard short.
They ran that zone play, and Liberty really stepped up and shut it down the outside, forced him back in, and the pursuitist caught Noel Devine coming back on the cutback runs on a couple of occasions and did not allow him to cut back across the field. They've scouted him very well.
You see his numbers on the afternoon. Of course, Wes Cheeks was right there defensively again for Liberty. He has played a strong game this afternoon. We're in the fourth quarter, counting down to 11 minutes left. West Virginia leads by 13. That has been the lead most of the time since the second quarter. Play fake, but the pass is incomplete. Intended on the far side for Clark, the fullback, out of the backfield, but we have not seen too many bad throws from the quarterback, Jared Brown. That one was not very good.
The play action didn't really fool anybody, and he just overshot his intended receiver, Clark. Fourth down. Punting situation, a rarity this afternoon.
Kozlowski is on the field for West Virginia to kick. Deep man is Mike Brown. Who else? Standing inside his own 15-yard line. Good snap. Kicking to the far side. Fair catch called for because they're trying to keep the ball on the playing field, and it's going to be down at the 1-yard line. Good job that time by West Virginia. They cover that punt beautifully. It's going to be at least a 99-yard drive for Liberty here. We're in the fourth quarter. Mountaineers of Morgantown leading 26-13. How about the play of the long snapper? Cody Nutter was able to get down and cover that ball at the half-yard line. 55-yard punt, obviously no return. The ball between the 1 and the goal line.
Well, I like to have seen a look on Bill Stewart's face for that special teams performance.
That was outstanding. And now the fans getting back into it with the ball squeezed up against the goal line. And the quarterback will try to move it out. Tommy Beecher looking for a yard or two down near his own goal line.
He just pushes behind the center. Mario Crosby, and don't get much, but maybe a yard. So your options are somewhat limited when you're down in the shadow of your goalpost.
They're trying to follow the blocking ahead of him. Aldrecus Allen now is in the backfield as they line up in the I formation. And that's a big break right there as he moves it all the way out to the 15. Allen had some room that time.
Good blocking by the fullback, Derek Bishop. Also the right side, Stadler and Weaver on the right guard and right tackle respectively. Opens up the hole. Gets Liberty out of a big jam out. A little more breathing room out to the 16-yard line.
Tandy and Smith double team for the tackle. A 14-yard pickup as that middle opened up pretty good that time for the Flames. Clock rolling, 9:35 to play in the fourth quarter. There's the difference in the rushing yardage. It's been a story over the years for West Virginia. Allen did not get the ball because the quarterback, Beecher, gave it to him, took it back, and he's going to lose a couple of yards on the play.
And Laser shoots the A-gap coming from his blitzing position.
Got some help from Miller as well. There's the fake. But the Mountaineers were not fooled because Legier was there.
And he just didn't go for it.
Laser, rather.
And he made the stop, wouldn't let go, and got a handful of jersey. Laser with that mohawk haircut.
Second down and 12 after the loss of 2. Legier, a junior out of Baltimore, Maryland. Number 31. Over the middle, the catch is made right, and the ball pops loose. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. J.T. Thomas was right there. It was intended for Brown. And Mike Brown took a pretty good hit that time, and the ball came loose.
You know, this Beecher pass left Brown wide open and vulnerable. Look, right out there, he stretches. And when you're in that linebacker territory with the linebackers they have, with Williams and Thomas and Lazier, boy, I tell you what, you're taking your life in your hands, and Mike Brown has still not gotten up yet.
I'll tell you what, Thomas has been all over the field this afternoon. He was down near that punt that was down to inside the 1-yard line.
Thomas make that 10 tackles against East Carolina last year. So he's looking forward to the game against the Pirates next week.
And let's take a look at some of the Big East key players for the brand new season that opens up. Cincinnati, Syracuse, Arthur Jones. Let's see how the Orange can do this year. Davis for Rutgers, he's a tackle.
He's good. Selby, 14.5 sacks a couple of years ago. Noel Devine, he's special. Gilliard, he's really good. Grothe, he's 288 yards away from being the all-time career leader in the Big East. Reed Williams, of course. Romeus, he'll go as that Pittsburgh Panther defense goes. Victor Anderson, he'll carry that Cardinal offense on his back. Jared Brown and Tony Pike, a pair of quarterbacks that will play very instrumental roles in their team's success.
Well, Jared has had a good ball game in his first start of the season. Summers comes in to replace Brown, who's being helped off the field. You'd be tired, too, if you did all the things he's done this afternoon, huh?
He did everything but use a pom-pom and cheer. He's done everything.
Jared Brown, 18 of 25, passing for over 200 yards. This is third down and long. There's the 3 for 10 for the Flames of Liberty out of Lynchburg. Quarterback Beecher rolls left. And another good hit applied near the 20-yard line. To the head, you think?
If it's a personal foul, it's a shot to the head, and that's J.G. Thomas again, and we'll see the call.
Personal foul. 30 defense. Contact with the helmet.
That's the call.
Yards.
Contact to the helmet.
First down.
And you can tell that the officials really are emphasizing that this season.
You know, and that's got to be a tough call, and to just kind of harness your effort, and you know, helmet to helmet is what it is. Helmet to helmet, that's what the call is. And you know, it is extremely tough to harness that and not go helmet to helmet when you're trying to make a tackle and you're in the heat of battle. That's extremely tough to hold back.
It's a first down at the 34 into double coverage, and it's knocked away. Mountaineers had 2 down there. Hogan and Smith were double teaming Freddie Brown. So it'll be second down and 10.
Beecher just rolling the pocket to his right, looking for Freddie Brown. And as you meant, he was bracketed by a pair of defenders. Freddie Brown had the height advantage, but Ian Smith, 5'11". Good defensive effort. And Allen as well.
Drakus Allen in the backfield along with Beecher. Now he moves down in the slot on the left side. Pass into the flat is complete, and right there to make the tackle is Hogan. Freddie Brown made the catch, and Hogan was there for the tackle.
With the absence of Mike Brown, it takes a little sting out of this Flame offense, John. And they can't do as much. He's back in now, but you wonder if he's 100%. They need him with just under 8 minutes to play in the final stanza here, trailing 26-13.
And you can see Garner has checked into the lineup. George Wright with some pressure on that last play. It is third down and 6. Intercepted. Mountaineers pick it off. That's Sands with the interception. It was intended for Brown, but the native of Opelika, Florida picks it off. And that is the first turnover for quarterback Tommy Beecher today.
Sands is 6'5", but he was third in the state of Florida in the long jump. He has a standing long jump of 10.3, and he uses all that height right here to that advantage with a 6'5" frame. Come down with an interception and give the Mountaineers new life with under 7:27 to go here in the fourth. Good play.
And the Mountaineers would like to run some clock. They have the football back at their own 38-yard line. Noel Devine is the lone back with Brown. And Brown looks right down the middle. The pass is caught. Yes, beautifully done. Inside the 25-yard line. That's Jock Sanders. Jock has done a little bit of everything today. Made a nice catch there for a first. He's also done a good job of blocking.
And he runs a skinny post between the safeties, and Jared Brown puts it right where it needs to be. No one back at home, and boy, if he can gain his feet underneath and makes his 8th catch, he's gone. They're kicking an extra point here, but a nice grab on the fingertips by Jock Sanders.
Mountaineers inside the 25 at the 24. 1st and 10. Trying to put this one out of reach. And they will. That's Noel Devine with West Virginia's 3rd rushing touchdown of the afternoon. There was an opening on this near side, and he turned on the heat. 24 yards into the end zone, and West Virginia expands their lead.
And this is why we think Noel Devine is one of the better players in the Big East. He's explosive. He's dangerous. He's Barry Sanders-like. Good cut here, explosion. He's using that 4.3 speed as he skirts into the end zone to up that lead to 32-13, and starting to pull away here from the Flames.
Extra point attempt coming up. Bittencourt, who's kicked 4 field goals, adds his 3rd extra point, so he has had a very productive first game of the season, and the lead grows to 20. 33-13, the Mountaineers have the lead. Devine with that 24-yard touchdown is now up to 112 yards on 17 carries this afternoon. The Mountaineers in control. The post-game tailgate parties have started for real here in Morgantown. It's 33-13. They're in the zone they want to be. Going back to the year 2000, West Virginia scores 30 or more points. They are 58-1.
It's pretty good percentages, isn't it?
Absolutely. Leiter will kick off. Deep are Hewlett and Allen. Fielded at the 25-yard line. And spun down at about the 32. Good coverage that time. Let's go back to the touchdown that puts...
I want you to watch number 89 here, the bottom of your screen. Great kick-out block allows Noel Devine to scoot up the field. Urban with a pair of catches, but no better play than right there. Look, he occupies the outside linebacker, West Cheek, and allows Devine that lane to run through for the touchdown. Urban has really played a good game, and look at Noel Devine, his 11th career touchdown as a Mountaineer.
You know, one of the interesting stats about him from last year, he had the yardage over almost 1,300 yards, but he only scored 4 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
All 3 of their touchdowns this afternoon have been on the ground, and there's a hit in the backfield. Coming in quickly. Leisure was right there. No chance for that play to go anywhere.
And Leisure moved from middle to outside with the return of Reed Williams and done a good job. And just a junior, 6 foot, 231, but well, he plays with an attitude. Good linebacker.
Well, Thomas, Williams, Leisure, the 3 of the 3-3-5.
You look at that mohawk right there. You see Leisure, that dreaded mohawk, John? I wish I could grow the hair that long.
Sure you can. Beecher. And back on the field to make the catch is Brown. Brown was all alone down that sideline. It'll be a first down.
Beecher finds the open spot in that zone and dials up Mike Brown again for an out pattern. Not an easy throw to make. And boy, they were quite a combo, Mike Brown and Tommy Beecher. Beecher, you see, with nobody in the backfield, and gets a little mobile here and finds his mark in front of the safety, and first down.
Well, there's no quit in the Flames. They are still out there battling. You saw the reaction from Mike Brown after he made the catch for the first down, got it out to about the 48-yard line. And that time able to elude the pressure, but he's going to have to slide down just about the line of scrimmage. He got some pressure that time from Julian Miller. He'll lose a yard.
I like this kid Miller. He made some nice plays this afternoon and showed he can rush the passer. Good skills. And really chased Beecher down a couple of times, forced him into a couple of hurried throws.
And as you see, only a sophomore. He's got a couple of years to go. Allen in there as the running back again, Aldricus Allen. They fake to him. Beecher rolls right, throws right at the 40-yard line. The catch is made. And once again, it's Mike Brown. Mike Brown has probably accounted for over half the offense for his team this afternoon.
He's unbelievable. He'll spend some time in an ice tub after this game is over. He's going to be quite.
The ice tub on the bus while they're heading back to Lynchburg. And he is quite a player.
Only a sophomore. He'll be the quarterback of the future, so it'll be interesting to see how they run the offense with him in 2010.
10 catches, 130 yards receiving. This is Allen trying that left side. He'll get about 3 on the play before he's snowed under. Goldborn was there to make the tackle, number 49, one of the backup linebackers from Easton, Pennsylvania. There he is.
A good backup linebacker, and he's done good in special teams, Goldborn.
He's backing up Thomas. And Thomas has had a good afternoon. That one's incomplete, and a flag. You almost sensed that was going to come. It was intended to Summers. And I believe it was...
Pass interference on the defense. Number 17.
It's
The ball was
Richardson
placed. Respond to the foul. First down.
who got there just a hair early. Take a look. There's the throw. And Richardson with a bump on the back that time of Summers. That'll keep the drive alive, make it a first down at the 32-yard line. 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in the opener for both teams in 2009. Beecher sets, waits, has plenty of time, throws deep for the corner, and that one's intercepted. Was he out of bounds? Yes. He was out of bounds, so it will not. Sands, who had an interception earlier, was in the right spot again for West Virginia.
He plays that center field very well, John. Good break on the ball, and you see Beecher has plenty of time with the pump and go and just airs it out and allows Mike Brown to get underneath it, but he also allows Sands enough time to get over there to almost come over the interception. You see good lift by Sands to get up there. And
that was Summers, number 1, the intended receiver, but Sands right there with him. Inside handoff to Allen. Stopped short of the 30-yard line. Clock rolling, 3.5 minutes to go. Taylor, one of the backups at linebacker, made the tackle for the Mountaineers, and he'll come off the field.
Taylor, a walk-on. It's interesting, you know, that walk-on program at West Virginia have produced the likes of Owen Schmidt, and Zach Abraham, and Rich Brame. And Josh Taylor is another one of those walk-ons that have been very successful here in playing time.
Taylor and Wright, a couple of backup linebackers in there now as head coach Bill Stewart is getting a look at some of his reserves. The timeout is charged to the Flames. That's their second here in the second half. Let's take a look at what's ahead for the Flames, defending champions in the Big South. They've got North Carolina Central, and they'll go on the road to play at Lafayette. James Madison, West Virginia Wesleyan, Coastal Carolina, and Charleston Southern. They try to win their 3rd consecutive Big South championship. As a matter of fact, their coach, Danny Rocco, has been the coach of the year in that conference every year that he's been at Lynchburg.
He does an outstanding job in all facets, offense, defense, and special teams. And that James Madison game, and Coastal Carolina. That's going to be some tough battles for the Flames.
Well, you mentioned their two big wins against FCS-ranked teams last year, Youngstown State and Elon were their two big wins. Let's take a look at the schedule for the Mountaineers in just a moment when we get a chance. 3rd down 10. Allen in the backfield. And dancing, looking for room and getting some room. Sliding down well short of the first down was Beecher. Just was not much available. He goes down at the 26-yard line. West Virginia remaining schedule. East Carolina, boy, that'll be a payback game for the Mountaineers. Then it gets a lot tougher. At Auburn, that's a night game. Then Colorado. The Big East, they'll play at Syracuse. Then the Marshall game, which is an annual event. And then UConn.
Doesn't get any easier.
No. 4th down, they'll go. And this one's blown dead. Illegal procedure against the Flames.
Offside. 74 offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
That's on Weaver, the right tackle. Got a little anxious to get things going. It was interesting to look at the lineup that time for West Virginia. They've been pinching those linebackers up a lot this afternoon, but they didn't on that play. Everybody dropped back in pass coverage.
Would you guess that they had someone assigned to number 10?
I would.
Or 2?
Four wide receiver formation. Allen is the lone running back. Beecher throws over the middle. It's caught. Flag comes down. The flag is in the area of the 10-yard line, and Mike Brown was able to get the ball inside the 5, but let's wait for the flag. Yeah, he's got to catch his breath. He has been all over the place.
Holding. 24 defense. Penalties decline. First down.
They'll decline that penalty, which was called on Smith.
4-man rush, and they still found Mike Brown plenty of time. Even though they tried to get a hold on him, and he broke away free, made the catch inside the 5-yard line, and still under 2 minutes to go, so there's still life here for the Flames.
It'll be 1st and goal. The ball spotted at the 4-yard line. We'll see what they come out with formation-wise, as Brown is going to towel off a little bit. We have a timeout called by Liberty. They want to make sure of this play call.
30-second timeout.
The 32nd timeout with 1:27 to go in Morgantown. 33-13, West Virginia leads, but the Flames are threatening to score. I'm John Sanders along with Renee Nadeau and our Big East television crew. Happy to have you along. Hope you'll join us next week. We'll be televising that East Carolina game. You're going to go back home and then turn right around and come back, huh, Renee?
Yeah, I should have set up shop here.
I was going to say, why don't you stay here?
Stay here. Got to get back to New Orleans and get that seafood, John. This is shrimp etouffee and some gumbo, and maybe I'll bring back some to you.
That'd be a good idea.
All right.
1st and goal from the 4. Bishop and Allen in the I formation. Allen trying to squeeze his way in, and the flag goes down. I think that's got to be a hold against the Flames.
54 offense. 10-yard penalty.
Called on the center, Cosby. That might cost him a touchdown, Renee.
Well, that's not the first time he got caught with a hand in a cookie jar, and Cosby is really lined up against Chris Neal, which is no easy task, and he's got his hands full.
Neal, the winner of the Iron Man Award for West Virginia. Ball moved back to the 9. Allen is the running back. Excuse me, they're ball back at the 14. That was only going to penalize him 5 yards there. Allen bumped out of bounds on the far side of the field. Richardson there defensively for West Virginia. We're heading for the final minute of this one.
Now, we talked about what Liberty has done against the FBS schools, and they played Toledo 2007 to a 35-34 loss, and they had a chance at the end. So they bring everything they can. They've given West Virginia a good tussle here this afternoon.
Diving toward the end zone is Brown. He's going to come up just a bit short, but you got a taste with him at quarterback. No, he did get in there. They give him the touchdown. Brown diving into the end zone. That's what you're going to see next year when he takes over as the quarterback.
And you see right here, ground level, he just fakes and freezes everyone for a second. Good block downfield right there. Had it not been for that block, Mike Brown doesn't get in. So that's a good block by the tight end, allowing Mike Brown to break the plane. Chuck Duffy with a good block for the Flames.
And Brown will hold for Bivens' extra point. And Bivens gets it through. So they cut into the lead. It's back to 13 points. Seems like it's been a 13-point difference most of the afternoon, hasn't it?
Yeah, they were tied in the early part of the game, the first quarter. But West Virginia sort of broke away a little bit, put some distance between them. But you got to give credit to Liberty, John. They just have not given up. They've been like a fly at a picnic. They just haven't gone away. Been a nuisance. And really, they've shown a lot of life all the way to the end. That's exactly what Coach Rocco wanted to do. Just don't give in. Fight to the very end. There's always a chance. And I think time is going to catch up with him here.
70 yards in 11 plays. It took 6 minutes off the clock. Brown, a 9-yard touchdown run to make it 33-20. And I am very impressed. You can't not be impressed with Mike Brown, huh?
Oh, my goodness. You know, he's playing at Liberty, but he can play at any level and certainly find a spot on most teams in the country. He's an exceptional athlete. And, you know, the thing is, I haven't seen many athletes of his type out of Charlottesville, Virginia. Boy, and, you know, to top it off, John, he's another player that played well in basketball, an all-star basketball player, 1,000-point career scorer in the high school. So he can do it all.
If he's from Charlottesville, how did he get away from UVA?
Don't know, but he did. Again, this perception. Sometimes he's maybe a little too short, not fast enough, or whatever it may be.
Well, he can do a lot of things,
wow.
Though. Noel Devine comes over to the sideline and trying to get the special teams fired up as the special teams coach, who also happens to be the head coach, Bill Stewart. We talked about the background coaching-wise for Rocco. Stewart was an assistant here. As a matter of fact, he was quarterback coach for Brown. He's a graduate of Fairmont State, assistant at Marshall, William & Mary, Navy, North Carolina, Arizona State Air Force, Winnipeg, and was head coach at VMI.
What a good guy, too. Very engaging individual and a pleasure to be around. It's always fun to chat with Bill Stewart.
Chips will kick off. They're expecting an onside kick. And the Mountaineers will make the play at about the 48-yard line. That one took a very good bounce as far as Liberty was concerned, but it was able to be corralled on the play by Hogan.
He paid dearly for that.
Yes, he did.
Catch.
But he had to make the catch.
One bounce. As he gets airborne, he takes a shot.
That was Tim Clark who laid the lumber on him on that play.
Wow. Jared Brown has gone the whole way. Thought we might see occasional cameo appearance of Geno Smith.
Geno Smith, they like him a lot, and it will be his team probably next year. Geno, recovering from a broken foot, suffered in an accident on an ATV. He won't get back on one of those real soon. Cost him some time. We're going to let the clock run as we are winding down this football game in the final 40 seconds. Mountaineers will start off this season with a victory. 35-20 is the score. Excuse me, 33-20. You're giving them 2 extra points all afternoon long, Renee.
So maybe they've earned it, John.
Taking the knee. Back at the 46, and that should be the final play. of the afternoon. Coach Rocco will come over to congratulate Coach Stewart. The Mountaineers get the victory in the opening game of the 2009 season. Congratulations to Jarrett Brown. Some good sportsmanship being shown by these two teams there. A lot of respect. The last time Liberty played a Big East team was a couple of years ago, and they were swamped at UConn, but not this afternoon. They were very competitive throughout the ball game. And they win it by a final of 33-20. The second quarter really turned out to be the difference because that's when they established the 13-point lead, and it stayed there.
And West Virginia kind of flexed their muscles as the game wore on. I think they just kind of wore Liberty down a little bit, but boy, I tell you, Liberty had a lot of fight. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And Liberty really took it to right at West Virginia and showed no intimidation whatsoever. And Mike Brown, what a difference he made. What a different game it would have been without Mike Brown for Liberty. I think certainly not only the fact that he had a West Virginia defense had to account for him, John, and the big plays offensively he made for them.
He did a terrific job this afternoon of keeping his team in it. Keep in mind that every time West Virginia scored in the early going, Liberty had the answer. First a field goal, then a touchdown, and all of a sudden it was 10-10. But it winds up 33-20. West Virginia defeating the Flames of Liberty as the players kneel on the field. We will take a break from Morgantown. Mountaineers win it by 13.